Bonjour à tous, welcome to my channel French with Deepika. So this is the video basically for school students and for those who intend to learn French. So let's get started. This is leçon 0. Leçon 0 is lesson 0. La France, which is the France. Qu'est-ce que c'est is what is it? So what is France? Or the France, what is it? So basically in this chapter we are going to discuss a little bit about France, its neighboring countries, the famous mountains, cheese, rivers, cities, etc. So let's move ahead. So now we are going to discuss the geography of the France. La géographie de la France. La géographie de la France. So, la France est un pays extrêmement varié. The France is the country which is extremely diverse. La contour. So, contour is the outline. Contour here is outline. De la carte is map. So, the outline of the map of France resembles a hexagon. So, if you see, this is the France and it looks like an hexagon. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we all know that hexagon has 6 sides. So it resembles more or less like the hexagon. Next we have La France et Borne. La France et Borne is bordered. So the France is bordered from the north. North is your north. North is your north. So the France is bordered from the north by La Manche. This is important. La Manche is an English channel and La Mer du Nord and the river of the north. So it is bordered from the north by these two rivers, La Manche et La Mer du Nord. À l'ouest. So l'ouest is your west. L'ouest is your west. So from the west side, it is surrounded by or bordered by Atlantic Ocean. L'océan Atlantique. L'océan Atlantique from the west side. Au sud, sud is your south. Par la mer Méditerranée, by the Mediterranean Sea. So France is bordered from the north by La Manche et la Mer du Nord, from the west by Atlantic Ocean and from the south by Mediterranean Sea. So it is not important that you have to memorize the directions north, east, south, west, but you have to know that from the north it is bordered by these two rivers or this river, so you might get it in match the following or true or false also. Next is La France est entourée. La France est entourée de six pays. Entourée is surrounded. So the France is surrounded, as in the France is surrounded by 6 countries. By 6 countries. Six is 6 only, but we pronounce it six. So 6 pays. Northeast, from the northeast, north you all know that is it is north, est is east. So from the northeast by Belgique et la Luxembourg, Belgique et Luxembourg. À l'est, that is only from the east side, it is par l'Allemagne, that is your Germany, la Suisse, Switzerland, et l'Italie, that is Italy. Okay. So from the east by 3 countries, that is Germany, Switzerland and Italy. Au sud, sud is your south, par l'Espagne, that is your Spain. So it is surrounded by 6 countries: Belgique, Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Italy and Spain. Okay. La France est entourée de 6 pays au nord-est par la Belgique et le Luxembourg, à l'est par l'Allemagne, la Suisse et l'Italie, au sud par l'Espagne. So this is the geography of the France, a gist only. Now come to the famous mountains. Mountains are les Alpes, les Pyrénées, le Jura, les Vosges et le Massif Central. So these are the famous mountains. You can learn any two, les Alpes or le Jura. They flow. Flow is rivers. They flow. Flow is rivers. La Sienne, that is very important. La Sienne. So what is it? La Sienne is the famous river. La, L-A, that is feminine. So La Sienne, la Loire, la Garonne, le Rhône et le Rhin. Le Rhône et le Rhin. So these are famous rivers. La Sienne, la Loire, la Garonne, le Rhône et la Rhin. Okay, so you can memorize any two, le Rhône et le Rhin or la Sienne, but remember to put the correct article, that is feminine la, la, and masculine le, lo. Okay, the ville. The ville is cities. Cities. So in France, the famous, as you all know, that Paris is the capital of France. It is written over here also. Paris est la capitale de la France. So famous cities are Paris, Marseille, Lyon, Lille, Toulouse, Bordeaux, and Nice. So famous cities are Paris, Marseille, Lyon, Lille, Toulouse, Bordeaux, and Nice. So you can learn any two or three. So Paris est la capitale de la France. Paris est aussi appelée la ville lumière. La ville lumière. So which is the city which is called la ville lumière? It is Paris. That you can get it in Philips, true or false, anything. So it is ville lumière means the city of lights. So Paris est aussi appelé means Paris is also called the city of lights, lumière. Le coq. Coq is your rooster here. So what does coq mean here? It symbolizes la fierté. So la fierté is not the fear, but it is the proud. So it symbolizes the proud of French people. Il symbolise la fierté, that is proud, due of the peuple français, French people. Okay, so it symbolizes the proud of French people. Lexicon. Lexicon is again the shape, 6 sides. So la France a plus ou moins la forme de hexagon. So it is more or less like a hexagon. So it uses as the synonym of France also. So la France a plus ou moins la forme d'un hexagone. Il est utilisé comme synonyme de France. It is used as the synonym of France. Lexicon, okay? Le drapeau français. Le drapeau is your flag. This is the French flag. So, le drapeau français, the French flag. L'emblème national est le drapeau français. So, the national emblem here, it is French flag. So, basically, what is important here, it is that you have to remember the sequence of the color. So we all know that white comes in between. We generally get confused between the blue and red. Like I used to get confused between blue and red. So how I memorize it, like in alphabets, when you see blue starts with B, red is R, or rouge is R, bleu is B. So in alphabet, which letter comes first? So it is B. So basically, blue will come first. Then of course we have white and then red. So this is how you can learn the sequence of the colors. Blue, white and red, bleu, blanc et rouge. So this is le drapeau français, l'emblème national et le drapeau français. Next is les monuments. So the monuments, the famous monuments here, le musée du Louvre. Le musée du Louvre, Museum of Louvre, les arènes de Nîmes. If you see, this is les arènes de Nîmes. Les arènes de Nîmes. Le Panthéon, la cathédrale Notre-Dame. La cathédrale Notre-Dame et le château de Chambord. This one is le château de Chambord. So famous is le musée du Louvre et la cathédrale Notre-Dame. So you can learn any two, memorize all four, anything up to you. Next is la devise de la République. La devise here is the motto. What is the motto of la République? It's liberté, égalité, fraternité. What is the motto of republic? Here it is the political system. So what is the motto? It's liberty, equality and brotherhood. So liberté, liberté, égalité, that is your equality, and fraternité is fraternity, like in English, brotherhood. So liberty, equality and brotherhood. L'hymne national, this is very, very important, very important. L'hymne national is national anthem. L'hymne is anthem, national is national. So l'hymne national is La Marseillaise. La Marseillaise. Learn the spelling, everything. La article. La Marseillaise, composée en 1792. That is 1792. 1792. By Rouget de Lille. That is the one who composed the national anthem, that is La Marseillaise. So La Marseillaise, composée en 1792 by Rouget de Lille. Rouget de Lille. National anthem La Marseillaise. L'autorité suprême de la nation. So what is the supreme authority of the nation? It is the president. So who is the supreme authority of the nation of France? That is the president. Le président de la République. Le président of the Republic represent l'autorité suprême de la nation. So who is the supreme authority of the nation? It is the president, and il est élu pour 5 ans. Il est élu pour 5 ans. That is, he is elected for 5 years. This is also important. You can get who is the, in question answers, like who is the supreme authority of the nation. So you have to answer le président, and he is elected for what? 5 years, 4 years, 6 years, MCQs, you can get that. So he is elected for 5 years. Le président de la République représente l'autorité suprême de la nation. Il est élu pour 5 ans. He is elected for 5 years. La fête nationale, again, very important, the date, le 14. 14 is the number, that is 14. So for juillet is July. Juillet is July. So the 14th July is the anniversary of Prix de la Bastille. Prix de la Bastille. La Fête Nationale. So this is national festival. The national festival is 14th July. which is the anniversary of here is priest, the la Bastille, Bastille's priest, 14th July. La 14 juillet, which is the national festival. Okay, next is the famous celebrities. Des Français célèbres. Des Français célèbres, like famous celebrity or famous celebrity of France. First is Victor Hugo, Marie Curie, Voltaire, Lafayette. Voltaire, Lafayette. All these are the famous écrivains. Écrivain is famous celebrities: Victor Hugo, Marie Curie, Voltaire, Lafayette. These are all the writers, les écrivains. Next is des fromages. Des fromages is cheese. Le brie, this is all masculine. Le, L-E, le brie, le camembert, le gruyère, le roquefort. The famous cheese, le brie, le camembert, le gruyère, le roquefort. These are the famous cheese. La buste de Marianne. La buste is this. La buste is called this. Head and torso. La buste de Marianne, it symbolizes La République. So what does it symbolize, La buste de Marianne? La République, political system. So La buste de Marianne symbolizes the Republic, La République. The couturière. Couturière is designers. The designers. What are the famous designers? Chanel, Dior, Cardin, Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent. Chanel, Dior, Cardin, Saint Laurent. Des couturières. Couturière is designers. So famous designers are Chanel, Dior, Cardin, Saint Laurent. The voiture is your cars. Voiture is car. So some of the famous car brands are Citroën, Peugeot, Renault. Citroën, Peugeot, Renault. Okay. Des aéroports. Again important because some of you might get confused between des aéroports et des ports. So you have to remember which one are the airports and which one are the ports. So these airports are Paris, Charles de Gaulle, Paris Orly, Nice, Côte d'Azur. So these three are the airports: Paris, Charles de Gaulle, Paris Orly, Nice, Côte d'Azur. And now famous ports: Port de Marseille, Havre, Dunkirk. Port de Marseille, Le Havre, Dunkirk. These are famous ports, so you have to memorize it again. The perfumers. Perfumers are the famous perfume brands: Chanel, Guerlain, Lavon, Pacho. Guerlain, Lavon, Pacho. Okay, next is rappelons. Rappelons is let's remember or let's recall whatever we have learned. So first exercise is compléter. Compléter. First is une ville en France qui commence par L. Remember, it is une ville, not pay. Don't get confused. Okay. So une ville is the city. So if you just remember, it is either Lyon, Lyon, or Lille. There are two cities which starts with L. Lyon or Lille. Remember, read the question carefully. It is written ville, not pay. Had it been pay, then you would have written Luxembourg. Okay, it is written ville. Ville is city, which is Lyon or Lille. Okay, next is une mer qui sépare La France, the L'Angleterre, which separates the France and the L'Angleterre, England. That is your La Manche, Manche, La Manche. Une mer qui sépare la France de l'Angleterre, which is La Manche. Third is un fromage qui commence par G or letter G. That is Gruyere, Gruyere, and remember to put the accent, that is exograph. Okay, Gruyere, Gruyere. Fourth is a Musée of France. So it is the Musée de Louvre, Louvre. Le Musée du Louvre, L-O, this is O. Okay, you what's your français? So there are three, you can write any one. I am writing Citroën, C-I-T-R-O-E. Remember to put two dots, that is tréma. Citroën, Citroën. You what's your français? Citroën. Okay, next question is lier les colonnes A et B. Lier means link or match the columns A and B. So in column A we have Le Coq, Marianne, Chanel, La Marseillaise, Citroën. And in column B we have L'Hymne National, Parfumeur, La République, Voiture, La Fierté. So Le Coq, which symbolizes the fierté of the French people, that is the proud of French people, La Fierté. So this is the coq. Okay, next is Marianne, which is again symbolizes the République, La République, La Buse du Marianne, remember, La République. Okay, next is Chanel, which is the perfumer, famous perfumer. Next is La Marseillaise. So is it l'hymne national or voiture? We all know Marseillaise is the national anthem. L'hymne national, composed by Roger de Lille in 1792. Next is, and the last one is Citroën, which is the car voiture, la voiture française. Citroën. Okay, so this is the one. Next is, okay, pratiquer. Pratiquer means practice. So you have to practice this at home and write the answers in the comment box. We'll discuss this in the next video. So what is it? What you have to do is dites vrai ou faux. Vrai is your true, faux is your false. So you have to write whether the statement is true or false. First is Chanel est une voiture, vrai ou faux. Next is Paris Orly est un port, again vrai ou faux. Victor Hugo est un écrivain français. Next, le Rhône est un fleuve en France. Last is le Jura est un monument français, vrai ou faux. Okay, so you have to answer these, write it in the comment box, and we'll discuss this in the next video. Till the time, take care, bye, au revoir, bonne journée.